What's up, everyone? Welcome to the October 4th edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoney's DFS. And as a reminder, be sure to click the link below to claim up to a $100 first match deposit bonus with Prize Picks. We have a 10-game MLB slate tonight. There are some weather concerns, so be sure to keep an eye on those as you prepare your lineups. But for now, we have 10 games, so we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the Stokastic.com website. Starting with the top stacks, number 3, the Minnesota Twins taking on Lucas Giolito tonight in Chicago. The Twins are projected for 6% ownership with a 6% chance of being the top scoring stack. Giolito has struggled a bit this year by his standards, particularly with home runs, but he has also struck out 25.7% of hitters with a 3.59 xFIP. So it's not like he's a bad pitcher, and this isn't an easy matchup for the Twins, but there is some upside here. Their active roster has a 108 WRC plus and 142 ISO. Number 2, the Tampa Bay Rays taking on Nathan Eovaldi in Boston. It's a positive park shift for the Rays getting out of Tropicana Field, though it is supposed to be around 50 degrees with the wind blowing in Boston tonight, so not ideal hitting conditions either way. The Rays are projected for 9% ownership with an 8% chance of being the top scoring stack. Eovaldi has struck out 22.4% of hitters with a 3.4 xFIP this year, while the Rays active roster has a 108 WRC plus and 144 ISO. And number 1, the Los Angeles Angels taking on Cole Irvin in Oakland. Negative park shift for the Angels, but a favorable matchup against the A's lefty. The Angels are projected for 5% ownership with an 8% chance of being the top scoring stack. Their active roster has a 115 WRC plus and 183 ISO, while Irvin has struck out 17.2% of hitters with a 4.32 xFIP so far this season. Now, before we take a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers, we do have a promo code for viewers of these videos. That promo code is AdamMLB. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. This offer is available for new users only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, be sure to take advantage. You'll get access to behind the paywall data, including the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool that I reference in these videos. Again, that's promo code AdamMLB. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. Now looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers. Number 3, Lucas Giolito facing the Minnesota Twins. I mentioned the Twins as a low-owned stack a minute ago. We also have Giolito pulling about 13% ownership with a 16% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher. He's only $8,500, and he does have a healthy 25.7% strikeout percentage so far this year. The Twins' active roster has a 108 WRC plus and 21.1% strikeout percentage. Number 2, Zach Gallen taking on the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. Gallen is $9,400 and projected for 24% ownership. He has a 19% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher. He has struck out 26.9% of hitters with a 3.27 xFIP this year. The Brewers' active roster is above average in terms of production with a 106 WRC plus, but they also have a very healthy 23.8% strikeout percentage. And number 1, Justin Verlander hosting the Philadelphia Phillies. Verlander is currently projected for 25% ownership with a 25% chance of being a top 2 scoring pitcher. There is some reason to think that maybe Verlander could be limited here, but he did go 7 innings in his last start and throw over 100 pitches. So while the Astros have nothing to play for, they haven't treated him with kid gloves yet. And we'll also want to keep an eye on what the Phillies starting lineup looks like. Their active roster has a 111 WRC plus and 23.1% strikeout percentage, but they did clinch a playoff berth yesterday, so there is a chance that we get a watered-down Phillies lineup tonight against Verlander, which would just make him look even more appealing. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Minnesota Twins; number 2, the Tampa Bay Rays; number 1, the Los Angeles Angels; and the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Lucas Giolito; number 2, Zach Gallen; and number 1, Justin Verlander.